Welcome to our video on coordinated intake, assessment, and referral, featuring mobile outreach. Coordinated intake, assessment, and referral begins with client intake. Client intake becomes much simpler if the homeless client is already in the homeless management information system. We begin our process by searching our homeless management information system to see if the client may already be in the system. Let's start with a client search. The quickest way to intake a client is to search the database to see if the client is already in the system. If your client is in the system, they may already have a community card that will allow you to quickly scan the card to bring their information up on your screen or mobile device. Ask the client for their community scan card. If the client does not yet have a scan card, ask if they know their PIN or client key number. Without a client key, the simplest search is with the last 4 digits of their Social Security number. Using the scan card, client key, or Social Security number is the best way to avoid having duplicate client records. But if these are not available, you may search by name, date of birth, or other identifying characteristics. For this example, we will enter the client's last name. Searching on just the client's last name will likely return multiple clients. Adding the first name or date of birth will narrow the search. Click on the search button to begin your search. The search returned multiple records with the same last name. Scroll search records to find correct client. Either go back to enter more search criteria or select the correct client record from the list. The client information form is displayed to allow you to confirm or update client information. Verify client consent to participate in the coordinated assessment. If client has not signed consent, click on the consent button. Client may sign paper form or digital signature online. If client agrees with the consent form, click on Signature box. Click on the signature icon. Have your client sign on the mobile device. The client signs on the line and the signature is saved. The signature is now in the HMIS database. Client ID or scan card can then be printed on-site or at a convenient access point. This concludes our video on coordinated intake, search, and consent. Welcome to our video on coordinated intake, assessment, and referral, with focus on coordinated intake for a new client. In the previous video, we focused on the search and consent for a client that is already in the homeless management information system. Coordinated intake is about getting a new client into the system in a way that assures HUD compliance and better data quality. The questions must be asked in a way that is consistent for every new client. Instructions, help on data standards, pop-ups, and options lists are provided to make sure new users are getting it right. The on-screen keyboard matches the data type of the information being collected. Text and number formatting and validation ensure data quality. A voice-to-text option allows the user or client to talk into the mobile device. HUD data standards specifically require a description of how the client's name was collected and reported. After all required information is collected, the user clicks the Continue button. The user is then prompted for Social Security number and date of birth. The date of birth date selector ensures that the date is entered in the correct format. Continue with the other universal data elements. There is an opportunity to insert additional questions that may not be required by the data standards. Use voice to text to record notes, etc. Edison. Thomas. Once all questions are completed, the data is displayed on the client information page. This concludes our video on coordinated intake for a new client. In this video, we will cover client contact information and pre-screen assessment. A client identification card or scan card can then be printed on site or at a convenient access point.